Hello, my name is Miriam Weiskind of the ZA Report from Brooklyn, New York. I'm here in Austin, Texas at the Ooni test kitchen, and I'm going to show you guys how to make a pizza called When in Austin using two different style pizzas, Sicilian and Neapolitan pizza. Earlier, we made Sicilian pizza dough. We are now going to take our Sicilian pizza and we're going to parbake it in the new Ooni Volt. The temperature setting I have here is going to be similar to what I would have used in my conventional home oven. I have it to 550 degrees. The dial on the far right, I have it set to a balance between right in the middle for both the top and the bottom, because I don't want to bake it too quickly and I don't want to scald it, because remember, the purpose of this is to parbake, which means we're pre-baking our dough before we top and we do the final bake. All right, so I'm going to set the timer for 2 minutes. We're going to keep an eye on it. And one of the great ways to maneuver taking this pan out of the oven is I personally like to use the Ooni turning peel in order to get metal out of the oven, just because you don't want to use your bare hand to touch the pan ever. There's our timer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a little safety check. Pop that door open, take a look. 2 minutes was all we needed. So check this out. Here is our par-baked Sicilian pizza. We're gonna go ahead and set it on our cooling rack. Before I pop that out of the pan, I'm gonna go over to my oven and I'm gonna reset the temperature, because we are gonna make a Neapolitan pizza in the meantime while this cools, and then we're gonna go back to the Sicilian. So I'm gonna set this to 750. Once the oven is to temp, it lets you adjust what you want for both the top and the bottom. Every pizza baker is gonna be different, so it's gonna be all about you at the end of the day. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna use a towel and a fish spatula, and we're gonna go ahead and pop our par-bake out. So we're just gonna set this over here and let this cool, and we are going to make a Neapolitan pizza. Okay, so for this one, guys, the most controversial topic in pizza, pineapple. If you bake with an Ooni, you know how Ooni feels about pineapple. We believe it belongs on pizza. So this is my aged pickled jalapeno pineapple. It's sweet, it's tart, and it's got some heat. We've got chorizo, got some green onion, jalapenos, life is better with heat, post-baked cilantro, cubed fresh mozzarella, and then we have some cubed pepper jack. So now we are gonna make our Neapolitan pizza called When in Austin. All right, guys, we got a little sweet, we got a little heat, we got a little bit of Texas on this pizza. So while our par-bake is cooling, we're gonna go ahead and pop out this Neapolitan dough. Believe it or not, this is one of the most important parts for pizza making. It's actually getting the dough out of the box cleanly. It's one of those things that I always take with me as a pizza maker, and I like to pass it on. What I'm doing is I'm just coating this in the semolina flour, just because I don't want it to be sticky as I'm stretching it. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and stretch this out for this pizza. And with the Volt, I in particular like my wooden peel. Again, most important part of when you're baking on a peel that you're going to build your pizza on, always remember to put a little bit of semolina on that peel. And I'm just gonna very gently slap it open. You could see that I'm just using gravity to open this up. I'm being ever so gentle. This is going to be a white pizza. For those of you that wonder, does it have to have tomatoes? Not always. We're pulling you out of your comfort zone. All right, first thing that I'm gonna put on is Romano cheese. We're gonna take our fresh mozzarella that I cubed tinier. We're gonna take some pepper jack cheese. All right, next we're gonna take our chorizo. Now, pineapple. What's important when you're putting pineapple on the pizza? One, it's using a fresh pineapple. Two, when you take your pineapple out of the juice, you want to squeeze the juice out, because that juice is gonna put extra moisture on the pie and you don't want that. I'm gonna put a little bit of green onion on for now, but it's gonna get more post-bake. Your final addition, and I call this the bodyguard, is you're gonna put a little bit of extra virgin olive oil, and that's just gonna help put a little bit of moisture on the pie and prevent the burning a little bit. So let's go ahead and put this in. All right, we are gonna set this timer to, I'm gonna go 3 minutes. The temperature we are currently baking at is about 700 degrees. So it's been in there for about a minute. I'm gonna give it another 30 seconds and I'm gonna give it a rotation. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and open this up and give it a rotation. Thinking I might want a little more top heat. So what I can do is I can slightly adjust that, give it one more tick over. All right, When in Austin. While this round pizza is cooling, we're gonna go ahead and reset the temperature and get it ready for Sicilian pizza. In the meantime, we need to finish expediting this pizza. We're gonna add some cilantro, A little bit of Romano. You want to make sure you have even ingredients on all the pieces. That's what I call when in Austin. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna show you guys how to make a second style pizza using the same exact ingredients. So we have our pan, it's cool, we can touch it. You wanna put a little more oil in this pan. You're just gonna spread it around, coat that. We're gonna pop this back in here. For the Sicilian pizza, some things that we're gonna do differently. We're gonna take what was cubed and now use a shredded form of that to create a frico. What you're gonna do is you're just going to line the pan with this cheese. Because we are going to be going in for a longer baking time, we're at 550 degrees, this is probably gonna take closer to 6 minutes. We are switching our cheeses a little bit. The reason why, the fresh mozzarella we're using, if you put that into the oven for a longer time, it's gonna dry out and burn. So what I'm going to use is whole milk mozzarella. I'm gonna do a couple cubes of the Monterey Jack. Then we're gonna go with the chorizo. All right, so once we finish putting the chorizo on, take a little bit of the green onion. Don't forget the pineapple, and of course the jalapeno, that's important. And then we are going to go, again, with a little bit of olive oil, and we're gonna go ahead and pop this in the oven. And again, what we're waiting for is that we are using a whole milk mozzarella, which means it's an aged mozzarella, it has oil in it, and it should brown a little bit before we pull it out. 8 minutes, we are ready to take this out. Exactly what I've been looking for is the caramelization of the cheese. So we're gonna go ahead and fish this pie out. You wanna use a fish spatula, it's got the sharp edge. We're gonna go right along the edge there. And I am gonna cut and then finish topping this pizza. Rocker blade, why do I use a rocker blade for cutting a Sicilian pizza? When you use a traditional slicer, it pulls across. The nice thing about the rocker is you're able to bear down on top and give it a really clean cut. For Sicilian or Detroit, or even a deep dish pizza, if you're doing tavern style, this is a phenomenal tool to use. And this is actually, like for a party, this is a really fun pizza to serve as an appetizer. A little bit of, remember, you want to get a little bit of ingredients on every piece. Some cilantro. And finally, when in Austin, we always like a little snow. All right guys, there you have it. 2 different ways to take one awesome tasty recipe and make 2 different style pizzas using the new Ooni electric oven, the Volt. Now, only one thing left to do. Can't wait to see how you make it at home. Pizza out.